Okay, this is Aiden Stevens, and today we're going to be doing a video on the Deckmate reverse screws and why I do not like them. Okay, so here we have our culprit, I guess. This is a Deckmate reverse screw. It's called that because of the change in thread width. Now, the first problem I have with it is it doesn't reverse, which I guess in theory is a good thing because that would really just push the pieces of wood apart that you're trying to screw together. So it's not a very sturdy screw, and it has that thread change. So when you're screwing in, you're expecting a certain amount of travel into the wood, but as soon as you hit this kind of thin thread pattern, it starts to change. So one piece of wood is going in less far than the other. So you all of a sudden you have this kind of uneven fastening, and that's a problem. But it's not a very well-made screw. They tend to, for example, this right here, I've never had trouble with, the typical Deckmate, the normal Deckmates. For some reason, I guess the metal is different in these because when using, say, an impact driver or something, it shreds that. So then you have to get some pliers or something and slowly turn it out yourself. Biggest problem I have with this is the smaller size of this head. So this would be okay if it was being used for something, you're drilling pilot hole, if you were doing a walnut table or something out of a hardwood. But because it's a Deckmate, and Deckmate is more construction grade. Not to crap on Deckmate, but Deckmate is pretty good, except for this, obviously. Deckmate is really more construction grade. So you'd be using this with softwoods like pine and sometimes western cedar or, fir. The problem with that is, see how small the head is on that? You're using an impact driver to drive that down. Sometimes a piece of wood will just pop right off because it's thin enough that it doesn't stop itself, so it kind of just splits the wood. So that's really the main reason I don't like these. So if you're thinking about getting these, just get the normal Deckmates. And that's all I really have to say today.